I built a dice tower over Christmas break because I thought it would be fun. And it was fun except for all the stupid mistakes that I made. More on that later. Emphasis on moron. A dice tower is just a gaming accessory that helps you roll multiple dice without them flying off the table. Most dice towers have something on the inside that the dice bang around on their way down. Mine just has a single dowel at the top, a few ledges down the side, and then a ramp at the bottom to shoot the dice out into the tray. I'm using 1/2 inch and 1/8 inch red oak project boards from the big box store. It's easier to make the tray first. I actually made 3 trays because I messed up the first 2. So far so good. I even pre-sanded because sanding the inside of a box by hand is just awesome. Here's where the mistake started. I decided to use pen nails to put it all together. And the pen nails, functionally, they were fine. They would have been plenty strong, of course, but they just looked so bad. I even tried the glue and sawdust trick to cover in the dimples, and I couldn't get them to disappear at all, and it just made these ugly dots all over the base, and I couldn't hide them at all. It just looked awful. So you know what I did? I started over. I decided to use dowel joinery this time, and that actually worked out really well. That's what I ended up going with ultimately. But of course I made a few mistakes. I was doing this late at night after some stressful days at work, and my order of operations was just all wackadoo. I should have glued it together first and then drilled the holes for the dowels, instead of whatever it is I'm doing right here. See how the grain orientation does not match between the end pieces and the side pieces? Somehow I got the end pieces turned sideways when I was cutting them, so that's one stupid mistake, but in so doing I cut them too long, which meant the whole box was too wide. And when you're using pre-cut materials from the big box store, you can't make your box too wide. So you know what I did? I started over. Third time is a charm, I guess. This time I got the pieces cut to the right size, and I got the grain orientation correct. So I just glued all these butt joints together. And after it dried, I marked and drilled the holes for the dowels and got the dowels put in place. And now that the tray is done, we can actually start on the dice tower. I played around with the layout of the baffles inside. I want the dice to tumble around but not get stuck, of course. So I used these 19mm casino dice, which are bigger than most board game dice. So if these can get through, then most any other board game dice can fit through as well. Here's a view of me gluing up those other ledges that are along the inside of the walls. After the final glue up dried, I could do a test fit. And that is just about perfect. A little tight, but sanding will fix that right up. I'm using some homemade steel wool and vinegar stain. It's really cool to watch this stuff react with the red oak. Final step was a couple of light coats of shellac sanding in between, and then a final buffing with some paper towels. I really like how this turned out with the dowel joinery and the slightly distressed edges. It looks kind of like an old antique and feels like it with the weight and sturdiness of the oak. It's rock solid, and I know it will get years of good use in our house. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, everybody.